Yo, this is Vincent.
This is Jacob. What's up, dog?
Welcome to On the Legacy, where we talk about health, wealth, and lifestyle. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I have my homie here, Jacob. Jacob, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Born and raised Houston, Texas. 33 years old. Met Vincent at the gym one day. We were just crossing paths in the locker room. Bunch of half-naked dudes walking around. Schlongs bouncing on thigh. He mentioned that, hey man, you've been losing some weight lately, and I told him, hey man, I'm just trying to look like you, and we became friends after that. Slowly chimed in with each other every day, mentioned a few things here and there. We had a lot of similarities in a debt-free lifestyle. Went from there to talking about activities, gym, and we just thought about starting a podcast, sharing our journey, our progress, where we started, where we are today, where we plan on going, and listening to any comments or anything that people have to relate to us that maybe we can help them out with, or maybe they can help us out with.
Awesome, bro. And I want to share with you, it did not take overnight to get to where we are right now in this video. It actually took a few months of, getting to know each other, sharing ideas, and
Thousands of retakes.
Yeah, and making this into fruition, making this into reality. Actually, I've been trying to create YouTube videos for a very long time now, but this right here solidified that part of my life where I can actually start creating and sharing on YouTube. So,
well, first off, I just want to mention I appreciate everybody listening. We'll always get back to any comment that anybody leaves us, whether it's positive or negative, and we'll always consider any type of criticism, whether it's good or bad. Our goal is to improve this and help people. And this man here is dedicated. He came up to me one day. I'm thinking about starting this podcast. Would you be interested in joining me, episode here and there? I told him, yeah, man, I'm down. Are you for sure down? I'm down. Next day, hey, I bought the desk. Next time I see him, hey, I bought the tripod. Next day, hey, I'm meeting up somebody for the camera. I got this cord. I got this mic. I got this. I got that. And then one day he said, I'm ready. When are we going to record? And today is that day.
Today's the day. This is just the beginning where you actually get to see our journey on YouTube and our growth, and also creating a legacy for our family and for our future family. And you can learn how to create a legacy for yourself and your family and loved ones as well. So the main reason why we're here today is just to share some perspectives and ideas about health, wealth, and lifestyle. And I'll let Jacob talk about health, because I've seen this guy really putting in the work every day, Monday to Saturday at the gym. Of course, you need a day off, right? Sundays. Workout Monday
gotta let
to
the
Saturday.
weight down. Gotta let the weight
Yeah,
down.
you gotta give yourself a day for some kind of recovery or mobility. And I've seen him every day, very consistent. I feel like the health topic would be a great one for this gentleman right here. So tell us why health is important in the trio of health, wealth, and lifestyle.
Well, first off, I want to mention, even though I work out, do this and that, you can't outwork a shitty diet. It doesn't exist, and I have a pretty shitty diet. Not to the point where I'm eating Taco Bell 2 o'clock in the morning, hitting up taco trucks, eating a whole pizza. Just to the point where I eat chips, eat this, eat that. Don't really count my calories. Don't really measure shit. Don't weigh shit. Don't chicken this, chicken that. I pretty much eat what I want to, but try to burn it off in the gym. I don't look like this guy, hence why I'm wearing a sweater and he's got the fucking guns out. But
it's just for show, bro.
it's just
put that down real quick.
He's on steroids.
Yeah.
But I started out 250 pounds. I started losing my hair at a young age, hence why I got this hat on, sponsored by Zaya Active.
Hell yeah.
I started losing my hair at about 19. I was fat. I had hyperhidrosis, which is where you constantly sweat in one specific body part. Forehead, hands, and armpits are the most common. I had it in the underarms. So anytime I lift up my arm, just a puddle of sweat. I had to watch what I was wearing. I had no confidence. I had nothing. And I just thought one day, what can I do to change it? And I ended up getting this job at a dealership, and there was a gym there. And I wanted to avoid traffic, so I came in every single morning early, worked out, hit the showers, went to work. And it just became a routine. At first, my goal was just to get to the gym. It wasn't even to lift weights, look a certain way, just the fact that I woke up. I'm naturally a lazy person. I hate waking up early, but I made it a routine.
And that's the hardest part, right? Is actually just going to the gym, man. Walking through
Making
those
it a
doors.
routine.
Yeah.
Made it a routine. Then I started running. The first day I ever ran, 7 minutes on the treadmill. No incline, speed of a 5.2. Ran 7 minutes, felt like my lungs exploded.
Oh, man.
My legs were so sore the next day, I couldn't even sit on the toilet. That's how bad it was.
Sheesh.
I was that out of
Putting
shape.
in that work.
That out of shape. Now you give me 8 miles, I could run 8 miles.
My
I'm not gonna
man.
be the fastest motherfucker, but I'm gonna finish and I'm not gonna stop running until it's over. Unless if I gotta drop the deuce. Everybody knows about runner guts, so you get that out before you hit the gym. You'll learn that as you go.
Oh, man. Good advice.
Good, excellent advice. You hustle downstairs. You think you're in the clear. You're holding those cheeks together, and then there's a line at the shitters, and you're just sitting there like, I think I'm about to shit
Yeah,
my pants.
that's your warning right there. All right, take care of that before you hit the gym
up. Not to mention if you're taking any type of pre-workout or caffeine, it just flushes it right out of
There
you.
you go. All right, so now being on your journey of working out consistently, man, for the last couple of months, you said that the thing was your diet, which is, you know, you can change that
Struggle
over time.
for most people, yeah.
For sure, but actually working out Monday to Saturday, man. You know, people say you should only work out 3 to 4 times a week. What's your partake in that, and what has changed in your life now that you are more consistent in your health?
I believe that boils down to your lifestyle.
Okay.
If you're somebody who's really watching what you eat, you're self-conscious, you're doing the chicken broccoli thing, you're eating 2,000 calories or less, 3 or 4 days will work out for you. But if you're somebody like me who exceeds the 4,000 calorie limit, doesn't measure fat intakes, doesn't care about what a bag of chips will cost you, you're gonna have to work your ass off in the gym 5-6 days a week, guaranteed,
sure.
just to maintain the weight loss. And at the same time, I started out at 250. The smallest I've ever been was 188 pounds. My current weight right now is about 217, 219. Is about 20 pounds heavier than I'd like to be, but at the same time, I'm not making the sacrifice in the kitchen that I should be to get to where I want to be.
Word.
Yeah, I'm making excuses left and right. Oh, I can eat this today. I'll make it up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm currently in a weight loss challenge with a few of my friends, $100 a piece.
You're gonna win, right?
Winner gets
Oh,
$800.
yeah.
I'm gonna show y'all those $800.
Oh yeah, he's gonna win for sure.
Absolutely. No personal trainer, all steroids.
We're not promoting steroids, all right? Fitness, you know, health is great. I believe that's why you need to have health and wealth at the same time, because if you don't have your health, but you have wealth, you know, you see that around us nowadays, right? A lot of wealthy people or rich people out there, right? But they're not fit or they're not healthy. The lifestyle is different when you have all the money in the world, but you're unhealthy. You don't have...
Eating restaurants every night.
Yeah.
Can't tie your shoe. We call those dicky doos. That means their stomach sticks up more than their dicky do.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
It's an unfortunate thing, but it's very easy.
Right,
Very
right.
easy to maintain that body figure where you look down and can't see your wiener.
For
I've
sure.
been there.
Yeah, I've been there too, you know, and I'm glad that we're not in that position in our life anymore, you know.
Not
what I'm
right
saying?
now.
Which is good,
You
right?
can always go back though.
Yeah, so that's why we talk about health and wealth, because it really puts the glue together. Thank you for talking about health. Bring it back to wealth. You know, this is why it's so important to learn about how to create wealth for yourself and for your family for the future, is because even if you are the healthiest person in the world, but you are struggling with your income, you're still not able to live the life that you really want. And, you know, this is where learning about financial literacy and knowing how to save, invest, and properly plan for the future creates that lifestyle on top of being a healthy person. Your health physically creates a healthy mindset, and that motivates you to go out there and find more ways to live the lifestyle that you want. So you have to ask yourself, right, Jacob, what kind of lifestyle do you want to live in the future? Do you want to live a mediocre life, a 9 to 5? If you're happy with that 9 to 5, making $50,000 a year, having your house, paying for it for 30 years, you know, retire at 65, that's perfectly okay. But if you're not 100% happy with that plan that the system created for you, you have to go against the grain and find other ways to create that income that you want, to create the lifestyle that you deserve. That's the biggest part. What we're going to talk about in this channel is how do you create wealth for yourself? And also when you create that wealth, how do you protect that if something happens to you, accident, dying too soon or getting sick, how do you leave that behind and create a legacy for your family? And this is why this channel is called On The Legacy, is because we want you to start thinking about creating your own legacy for yourself and for your future family. So now, with that being said, Jacob, if you have the health and you have the wealth, you told me last time that you're not stressing right now, you're doing pretty well with your debt, you have no debt, you're doing pretty well with your savings and investments, now you have a healthier lifestyle, a healthier body and mind. How is your lifestyle, bro? Can you share a little bit of how your life is looking right now?
It's all boils down to choices that you make. Your poor choices can never outweigh your good choices. And with finances, there's no such thing as good debt. I'm not ever trying to tell anybody what to do, just offering advice that I follow. The main thing you have to realize, it's not about how much money you make, it's about what you do with your money. There's a lot of people out there who make a lot of money and have a lot of payments that they can afford on a big house, nice cars, but it's not theirs. It belongs to the bank.
What happens if they lose their job, bro?
They lose everything.
Oh, man.
It's called bankruptcy.
Oh, man.
I'm the type of person I like to have a modest living. I drive a 2007 Honda CRV. I drive a 2001 Lexus ES300. I'm a firm believer in foreign vehicles. Toyota number one, Honda number two.
Lasts forever.
Anything other than that, I ain't got nothing for you.
Yeah.
I live in a 1,100 square foot house. Very small, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Nothing fancy. I'm currently going to pay off that house in June of 2026. Purchased the house in June of 2018.
Wow.
The time that I purchased the house, I made about $42,000 a year. I was paying off debt. It was really just a car. I had a 2011 Honda Civic cash that I paid for. My brother just got out of the military, was going through some struggles financially. So I was just trying to, look out for my brother. And I told him, here, you can have my car. I'll buy another one. Well, at the time, I just bought my house, started remodeling it. I was learning how to lay tile, all kinds of stuff. I was doing a bunch of different projects and it was taking up a lot of my money. And I really didn't have too much in my emergency fund, probably about $3,000. So I thought, well, let me get a cheap car that I can pay off in about 12 months, 16 months tops. So I purchased a 2009 Honda Fit with about 36,000 miles. Lasted forever. I never had an issue with it. Paid it off in about 13, 14 months. My note was 211. A normal person would think, it's 211 for 4 years. I'll just pay it off in those 4 years. But I'm the type of person where I'm doubling, tripling car notes to get out of that debt. Once I got out of that debt, then I really started focusing on my house. So I refinanced my house because at the time I was making about $42,000 when I bought the house, but my income had gone up since then. So I knew that I would qualify for a 15-year mortgage. So my mortgage interest went from 4.7% down to 2.7% for a 15-year loan. My note was like 1084 and it went up to 1136. My goal then was, now that I'm at a decent interest, I'm going to double my house note. So I started doubling my house note, throwing my income tax on there, whatever I could do to pay it off. So right now it's looking June 2026, maybe sooner. I'm definitely shooting for sooner, but at the latest June 2026, I'll be a homeowner, debt-free. I have no other debt other than my house.
Wow.
I'm still living a lifestyle where I go out and do things. I went and saw Steve-O out in Dallas. I go watch the UFC fights when they're here in Houston. Little occasional trips to Austin, nothing crazy, nothing fancy. I don't wear fancy clothes. I don't buy myself nice things. There's a time and place for that in life. And right now, my main focus is to be debt free.
So the lifestyle is pretty solid. Pretty solid, pretty minimal, but you're happy.
I'm very happy.
That's amazing, man. And what that brings into is no stress. I feel like a lot of people nowadays, every day just stressing about a lot of things, sometimes about nothing. You know what I'm saying? And having a plan, you're not making 6 figures, bro, but your life seems stress-free and happy, bro. You know what I'm saying? So this is what a perfect example is. That you don't have to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to, make 6 figures a year to be financially free and secured. But the thing is, you also need to have a plan.
Exactly.
right? And for you to have that plan, I'm pretty sure you sat down and learned about finance.
Absolutely.
You learned about personal finance, right?
Absolutely.
You took the time.
I'm not some guy who graduated college. I barely
Yeah.
graduated high school. I dropped out of college. I'm not a smart person whatsoever as far as book smarts are concerned. I
Right.
basically base everything I believe in off of common sense and do the pros outweigh the cons, and I
Yeah.
just go from there. And I
Did you read a lot of books? Did you have mentors that helped you in your journey of planning, saving, making
zero.
financial
I
literacy
came from a
priority?
pretty much poor family. My parents didn't have money. At the age of 12, I moved in with my grandpa. He wasn't a rich guy by any means, and he died with debt. He bought the house brand new in 1970. He died in 2012. House wasn't even paid off. Lost the house and everything. He owned nothing. But he spent a lot of his older years taking care of his grandkids and taking care of the people when he hadn't even
Right.
taken care of himself. So that was my thing is I want to be in the position where I look out for others that I care about, but I have to take care of myself first to get
First
there.
of all, yeah. So what sparked, like, what did you have to learn first to get the, because dude, learning about finance, to tell you the truth, is the most boring thing. It's so dry, bro.
Very dry.
It is like, man, being in the financial industry for the past 3 years, like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. It is boring, but
Very
it is the
boring.
most important thing when it comes to creating wealth for your family, is learning the boring things about finance. So what made you stick around to learn these boring things and dry things about finance?
Just to believe that it was possible and that I could do it. I never really believed in myself. I started this journey out renting a room from a coworker. She had a little townhouse, a garage apartment that I was renting for $500 a month. I went from that to, well, how am I going to get my own place? My credit score was 580. I had no money saved. You need credit, you need money to get a house. One or the other or both. I thought, what's the quickest way to build your credit? A vehicle. So I bought the most basic, cheapest vehicle. I just Googled cheapest car. Nissan Versa came up. So I went and bought me a Nissan Versa, 2010 hatchback with about 38,000 miles on it, the most basic car you could get. Had a small car note that I told myself I can pay this thing off in a year and a half. That was my goal, and I accomplished that goal. After I was done paying off the car, my credit score went up to about a 680. At that point, then I started getting these little credit cards in the mail, and I decided, well, let me get a credit card. So it started out with a $250 limit, and I would use it here and there, gas mostly, and I would always pay it off every month. I never left like a lingering amount on there. I don't know how true those rumors are where if you keep credit card debt on your credit card, your credit score goes up. I always paid it off. My limit went from 250 to 500 to 1,000 to 2,000. Now it's at 7,000. I don't use it other than ordering things off of online because I don't want to share my banking information like that, or shady establishments like those Bendo gas stations where you're like, has somebody been in here? Are they going to steal my card information?
Right.
Swipe that credit card because it's a lot faster to
a lot
get
safer.
your credit card fixed than it is to get your debit card fixed.
Right.
And not to mention that's your money that they stole, not Capital One's money. So
What can you share, for somebody, like, let's say they want to learn about finances, one of the most boring topics in the world, but it's one of the most necessary skill to have. What would be your best advice if you can go back? Let's say, how old are you right now, if you don't mind me asking?
33.
You're 33. If you could go back to when you were 18 years old, what kind of advice would you give yourself to be like, hey, learn about finance? How would you give that message to your 18-year-old self?
I would tell them once you start something, finish it.
Okay.
I was a big quitter on pretty much anything that I started because I didn't have strong belief in myself and the fact that I could actually accomplish something. I just wasn't a confident individual, whether it was my appearance or inside or my beliefs or my drive. And not to mention I had next to no goals.
Right.
I was just real down on myself. I did real bad in school. I felt like a loser most of the time, and
But not anymore.
Not anymore.
Oh,
because,
my man.
Because basically, you've got to realize you tell yourself what to feel. Nobody else can tell you anything. This guy here could tell me all kinds of rude. You're fat. You're ugly. If you
I've never
believe
said that,
it-
by the way.
No, he never did. But I bet my John's bigger than his, and I'm just playing.
Whip it out right now, bro. What's
Yeah,
up?
hey, where's that ruler at? You just really have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. If your goals are to get some financial stability, whether it's through our YouTube channel or something that you have going on that you've already started, just finish it. Believe in it. And if you have to make adjustments along the way, don't give up, because it's too easy to give up.
Right.
But just let that progress motivate you to continue.
And you know what the biggest thing I've taken away from Jacob's sharing right now is having a plan of action and a vision and a goal to look forward to, and having and building that discipline to keep going with your plan of action, because he pretty much shared with you the blueprint of how you can get out of debt and start saving and start investing with an income of $42,000. But the thing is, like, what if people are not making 42,000, bro? With everything going on in the world right now, I know a good amount of people that are making less than $30,000 a year.
All you have to do, no matter you're making 15 or 100,000, live inside your means. Never exceed your means. If your means are ramen noodles and a water with a slice of lemon, that's your means. Don't go out and get McDonald's.
And you know what, bro? I've heard that advice since I got into the financial industry. That it's very hard, bro.
Easier said than done.
It's easier.
A lot of people, 9 out of 10 people will not do it.
I really had to challenge myself, bro, to eat rice and beans for real, and ramen and Vienna sausages, you know what I'm saying, for a couple months, and it was rough, bro.
Fun fact, whenever I was saving for my house, I ate egg sandwiches for 2 years straight.
Man.
5-6 days out of the week. I buy a 60 count of eggs from Walmart, 2 loaves of bread. If I had extra money, I get some cheese or whatever, but my budget was $25 a week on groceries, not including deodorant, detergent, stuff like that.
And there's no real secret, man. You can learn about personal finance. However, if you don't implement the things that you learn, the advice that you get from people that have actually gone out of debt and started investing, building wealth for the future, if you don't start implementing that into your daily lifestyle, nothing is really going to change. You can watch this video, you can watch another video about health, wealth, entrepreneurship, and lifestyle, and if you don't take the action to use the things that you hear and learn, nothing is going to change for you. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be a walk in the park. It's not going to be fun. You know what I'm saying? But if you
ain't gonna have no trips, ain't gonna have no vacations.
You got to give that up for a little bit, man. And
it's all about budgeting.
Yeah, and these things, you hear it all the time. I believe majority of us, we know what we have to do to be healthy. We know what we have to do to save and invest and start creating wealth for ourselves. But it's actually making the decision to commit to that action plan that's really going to get you to where you want to be.
It all depends on how dedicated you are.
Like, how bad do you want
your
it?
Goals.
Like, if you're 30 years old right now.
Do you believe you can do it?
Yeah, if you're 30 years old right now and you're watching this and you feel like you didn't accomplish much in life, like, ask yourself why you feel that way and start changing some things up. Start reading books, and like I said, all these things are easier said than done. And also, if you're younger, let's say you're 18 or you're 21 and you're watching this.
Perfect time to start. 30 years old, right now, you're a king.
One of the biggest things that I learned is that the 5 people that you hang out with the most is the sum of who you are. So look around you, look at who you hang out most of the time with, and do you see yourself, learning from them, growing with them, and evolving with them? If not, here's the hard pill, man, or gal. You really have to change the environment, and you really have, I'm not saying cut them off, but I'm saying look for new people to hang out with, people that have vision and goals, and that's really gonna push you to where you want to be. Like this man right here. Look, I meet people at the gym, and I'm grateful to meet this guy right here, because we're creating something here and building for something better in the future. And him sharing his story with me and with you at the same time is very inspiring. That's pretty much what our goal is here, is to inspire people, average people like Jacob and I. We're just
normal folks.
We did not come from wealth, We're immigrant people, immigrant
Don't let the
family.
white skin fool you.
You know what I'm saying? There's no privileges come in here, and we would just want to show you that if we can do it, you can do it as well. But it's not gonna be easy, and I know you can do it. I believe in you. So, anything else, bro? You wanna?
I just want to let every person that leaves a comment that we're gonna always get back to them one way or the other. Positive, negative comments, questions, concerns, advice. And we'll get more in depth with our stories as we continue the podcast. This was basically a brief introduction, similar thought process on a lot of things, and basically to see what everybody thinks and where we should go. And
For sure.
we're doing this to help others. So however you feel we can help you, our ears are listening.
We have a lot of plans for this channel, but constructive criticism is
Key.
advice. And thank you so much for your time. Also, if you made it this far into this video, Jacob, what you got on your head, bro?
I got this fly ass crispy hat covering up my balding head. Came in clutch today. Zaya Active.
Nice.
Shout out to the sponsor also, Big Frank's Auto. Quality
Frank's Auto.
pre-owned vehicles at a low cost.
There you go.
Where they treat you like family.
Here in Houston, Texas.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, if you subscribe and comment and like the video, we'll pick
Special.
one of y'all to win one of these hats right here.
And
Freaking dope.
5.
And we'll also pick 5 people to receive one of these books right here. We'll mail it to you, or you can link up and comment and or DM us, and we'll meet up with you in Houston, Texas. Saving your future.
It's a brief
Principles.
guide on basic wealth building tools.
Yeah.